What a pleasant day to everyone. My name is Ashanti Noelle Medina, and I'm with my groupmates, and we are here to present our research entitled Feasibility Study of Banana, Musa Acumina Tapil, and Coconut, Cocos nucifera Husk as an alternative raw material for paper making. Before we proceed, I would like to introduce my co-researchers, my groupmates, Christine May B. Espinosa, Marjie C. Magallon, and Rachelle U. Ortega. This presentation includes the purpose of the study, statement of the problem, experiment procedure, data presentation, up to the conclusion and the recommendation. Production of paper has a massive impact on the environment for the reason that it destroys trees in the process, which also results in pollution. According to the Global Forest Resource Assessment, roughly 80,000 to 160,000 trees are cut down each day around the world, with a significant percentage being used in the paper industry. From this, we, the researchers, come up with the idea of producing eco-friendly paper using banana peel and coconut husk as the raw materials in paper making. Several agricultural food and crop residues, including banana peel and coconut husk, which are often thrown away and are considered as waste in communities, have been proposed to be potential sources of pulp production. Since banana peel and coconut husk contain cellulose in the form of fibers, they stand to be potential sources for pulp with lesser environmental degradation threat compared to the wood. Aside from this, the materials that will be used in the study is cost-effective and can be found at home. In addition, it will be beneficial in decreasing the harmful chemicals that may induce deaths, injuries, property damage, and excessive energy consumption from manufacturing and using paper.
This study aims to reduce the case of cutting down trees and mitigate the negative effects of illegal wood consumption. It is also aims to provide a cost-efficient material and environmental-friendly paper, to minimize the waste and trash in the community, and lastly, to find another source of raw material for paper production. To begin with the study, here are some of the significant questions that the researchers needed to answer. First, how does the quality of paper made from banana peel in terms of visibility in writing, surface texture, grammage, folding endurance, biodegradability, weight, water absorption, and flammability? Second, how does the quality of paper made from coconut husk in terms of visibility in writing, surface texture, grammage, folding endurance, biodegradability, weight, water absorption, and flammability? Third, which ratio of consideration is effective when it comes to paper making? Set A, which comprises of set A1 and set A2, or set B, which comprises of set B1 and set B2? Lastly, is there a significant difference between the paper made from banana peel and the paper made from the coconut husk? The researchers constructed two setups that have been labeled with A and B. Set A includes set A1 and set A2, in which set A1 contains 300 ml of water and 1/2 tablespoon or 7.4 ml of banana peel, while set A2 contains 300 ml of water and 1 tablespoon or 15 ml of banana peel. On the other hand, set B consists of set B1 and set B2. B1 contains 300 ml of water and 1/2 tablespoon or 7.4 ml of coconut husk. However, set B2 contains 300 ml of water and 1 tablespoon or 15 ml of coconut husk. These sets were constructed by the researchers in order to produce environmentally friendly paper. Similarly, the setup serves as instrument in order for the researchers to conduct a series of analyses and trials on its characterization.
Now, let's proceed on the discussion of the experiment procedure. The researchers began to gather ingredients needed for making the products. we got 18 pieces of banana peel at the Angel Banana Dealer. Then we put it in a small Tupperware. Next, we got over 20 pieces of coconut husk at Jamie and Neneng's store and put them in a small Tupperware. Experiment procedure: banana peel and coconut husk. The main procedures or methods in producing paper from the banana peel and the coconut husk is shown above. To begin, the researchers prepare the materials that will be used in the experiment. After that, the researchers tear the waste paper into a small pieces and soak it in the water for 5 minutes. Then, the researchers cut the banana peel into cube size and the coconut husk into a smaller pieces. Then, proceed to the shredding and blending of the raw materials. Next, filter the mixture using a strainer, then place it in a large Tupperware. After that, fill the Tupperware halfway. In order to form the pulp, the researchers used the mold and decal. Afterwards, the sponge was used in order to absorb the remaining water. The next step is that the researchers put it in a clean cloth and let it dry under the heat of the sun for 3 days. To better understand the procedure in paper making, let me summarize it to you. The banana peel and coconut husk were obtained at the local traditional market. Then, this will be washed with clean water before being shredded to small pieces in a mixing blender. As stated earlier, the researchers constructed 2 setups that have been labeled with A and B. Set A includes set A1 and set A2, in which set A1 contains 300 ml of water and 1/2 tablespoon or 7.4 ml of banana peel, while set A2 contains 300 ml of water and 1 tablespoon or 15 ml of banana peel. On the other side of the coin, set B contains set B1 and set B2. B1 consists of 300 ml of water and 1/2 tablespoon or 7.4 ml of coconut husk. However, set B2 contains 300 ml of water and 1 tablespoon or 15 ml of coconut husk.
Research design. This study is quantitative research that uses an experimental and/or correlation design approach to know the feasibility of banana peel and coconut husk as an alternative raw materials for paper making. Experimental design was used for this study, where the researchers manipulate the independent variables to measure their effects on the dependent variables, to ensure that the data are accurate to be able to answer the question of interest. On the other hand, correlation design was used to measure and determine significance changes on the paper as alternative raw materials, as this study aims to scrutinize the long-term viability of banana peels and coconut husk as a substitute to produce and create an environmental friendly paper. Samples of the study. To better analyze the outcomes of the variables, the sample was divided into 2 setups, set A and set B. Set A contains 300, set A1 contains 300 of water and 1/2 tablespoon of banana peel, while set A2 contains 300 ml of water and 1 tablespoon of banana peel. Set B1 contains 300 ml of water and 1/2 tablespoon of coconut husk, while set B2 contains 300 ml of water and 1 tablespoon of coconut husk. Sampling techniques. The study have no participants. Only the researchers have the authority and control to test, examine, and analyze the product. The materials were selected based on the testing that will be formed. The samples will be tested in terms of visibility in writing, surface texture, grammage, holding endurance, biodegradability, weight, water absorption, and flammability. For research instrument, the researchers used balance scale to measure the mass of the ingredients, A stationary blender was used to crush the ingredients. Casserole and large tupperware were needed to serve as containers, and scissors for cutting the materials. Cups and serving spoon to measure the accurate amount of substances that will needed in carrying out the experiment. A strainer was used to filter the liquids. Oven for controlling the temperature in drying or testing the product. Lastly, mold and decal is needed in executing the experiment.
Data gathering and procedures. The researchers of this study have come up with the idea of making paper using raw materials such as banana peels and coconut husk. In order to make paper, the researchers began to collect the raw materials, which are the banana peels and coconut husk, followed by the preparation of the materials needed for making the products. The production of paper was conducted during the last week of December, year 2021, and the researchers were guided by the 5 main procedures below. Step 1. Shredding of waste paper. Step 2. Cutting banana peels and coconut husk. Step 3. Making the products. Step 4. Making the paper, and step number 5. Drying the paper. Data presentation. This part of the presentation converses about the findings and data obtained from the experiment, subsequent to a series of thorough observations and trials conducted on the eco-friendly paper produced from banana musa acuminata peel and coconut Cocos nucifera husk. Research question number 1. How does the quality of paper made from the banana peel in terms of visibility in writing, surface texture, grammage, folding endurance, biodegradability, weight, water absorption, and flammability? Visibility in writing. The researchers used ball pen to write on the paper in order to test the visibility of the writings. As specified in the table presented above, Set A1 produced an eco-friendly paper in which the handwritings were readable. Similarly, the handwritings on the Set A2 are also clear enough to read. From this, the paper sheet from the Set A1 and Set A2 may serve their purpose as a writing material with regard to the visibility of the writing on it. Surface texture. Set A1 and Set A2 got a dissimilar result on the surface texture. The surface texture of the paper produced from the Set A1 has a flaky surface texture. In a different manner, the researchers found out that the paper produced from Set A2 has a rough surface texture. Grammage. Set A1 has a grammage of 80 grams per square meter. On the other hand, the Set A2 has a grammage of 106.67 grams per square meter. Folding endurance. In Set A1, the paper has a folding endurance which equals to 0.90. On the other hand, the Set A2 has a folding endurance of 0.78. It is evident that Set A2 has a lower folding endurance compared to the Set A1. Biodegradability. Based on the table above, the paper produced from Set A1 is able to be totally decomposed within 5 days of being buried in natural soil. On the flip side, the paper produced from the Set A2 had been decomposed for 6 days. In coordinates with the table shown above, the paper sheet from the Set A2 takes longer to decompose or degrade compared to the paper sheet from Set A1. Weight. The paper sheet from the Set A1 has a weight of 3 grams, while in the Set A2, the paper sheet has a weight that equals to 4 grams. From this, as it has been pointed out, the paper sheet produced from the Set A1 is lighter than the paper sheet from Set A2. Water absorption. The table shows the outcome obtained by the researchers in terms of water absorption. As stated in the table above, the Set A1 has a water absorption of 88.997%. It indicated that the Set A2 had a water absorption that equals to 77.185%. It implied that the Set A2 had a lower water absorption than the Set A1. Lastly, flammability. As is specified in the table, The paper sheet from the set A1 takes 22.96 seconds to burn. However, it takes 41.80 seconds for the paper sheet from set A2 to burn.
Research question number 2. How does the quality of paper made from coconut husk in terms of visibility of the writing, surface texture, grammage, folding endurance, biodegradability, weight, water absorption, and flammability? Here in the table, we can see the results from our experimentation. To determine the visibility of the writing, we use markers to write on the paper to know whether it is legible or illegible, and so sets B1 and B2 were both legible. As for the surface texture, we observed the results to know whether they are rough, flaky, or smooth, and so sets B1 and B2 were both flaky. In order to know the grammage of the paper, we use the formula width times 10,000 over length times width of the sheet times number of sheet. In set B1, the grammage is 53.33 grams per square meter, while set B2 is 80 grams per square meter. For our folding endurance, we used F log base 10D. The folding endurance for set B1 is 1.04 and 0.90 in set B2. In biodegradability, we buried the paper in natural and compost soil. Set B1 took 4 days for the paper to degrade, while it took 8 days for set B2. To determine the weight of the paper, we used a balance scale, and set B1 weighted 2 grams and 3 grams for set B2. In water absorption, we used the formula weight of the paper sheet at the time being minus initial weight of the paper sheet before being immersed in water over initial weight of the paper sheet before being immersed in water times 100. In set B1, it is 41.748% and 88.997% in set B2. In flammability, we used a lit candle to burn the product, and in set B1, it took 46.44 seconds to burn and 50.96 seconds to burn in set B2.
Which ratio of consideration is effective when it comes to paper making? Among the 4 setups that were constructed by the researchers, the set B1 is truly the setup to be considered in the matter of the ratio of consideration in paper making. In visibility of the writing, set B1 is easy to read and understand. Even though the surface texture of the paper sheet is quite flaky, it can still serve its purpose to be writing, drawing, or even as a printing material. In terms of firmness of the product, the paper from set B1 has a grammage of 53.33 grams per meter square. The grammage of the paper were determined in order to know where it is suited to use as writing, drawing, or printing materials. Furthermore, the set B1 has the highest rate of folding endurance, which means that the product can handle the constant load even though it is folded repeatedly. In terms of biodegradability, set B1 has the fastest time because it only takes 4 days to be completely decomposed in a natural soil. The weight of the paper sheet is set B1. In set B1 is equal to 2 grams, which states that it is the lightest among the paper produced from other setups. In water absorption, it was found out that set B1 produced a paper that has 41.748% of water absorption. This setup has the lowest rate in terms of water uptake or water absorption. In a word, an excellent sample of environmental friendly paper had less water absorbed. Lastly, the researchers used matches to light the candles and determine the paper's flammability. The paper takes 46.44 seconds to burn or ignite. Nevertheless, both banana peel and coconut husk achieve one needed function of a paper, which is the capability of being legible when words are written on it.
Among the 4 setups that were constructed by the researchers, the papers produced from the coconut husk are much more durable than of the papers produced from banana peels. It was also found out that paper made from coconut husk are most likely to last long. Therefore, it is evident that set B1 and set B2, which made from coconut husk, were the best ratio of consideration that will be effective in making alternative paper. Nevertheless, both banana peel and coconut husk achieved the one needed function of a paper, which is the capability of being legible when words are written on it.
Paper demand in the Philippines is increasing at a 2.5 annual rate. As a result, large areas of rainforest are destroyed each year to meet the demand for wood fiber. The Philippines is one of the world's top banana exporters with annual exports of 3.5 billion tons, while husk production is 14.69 billion nuts per year, of which more than 5 billion is used as firewood during copra drying. The peel from a banana and the husk from a coconut is thrown away as agricultural waste. Due to this, researchers devised a way to reduce waste and the need to cut down trees by using raw materials in making paper such as banana peel and coconut husk. It will be more cost-effective and environmentally friendly. The 4 setups were put through a series of tests and analysis to determine its quality in terms of visibility of writing, surface texture, grammage, folding endurance, biodegradability, weight, water absorption, and flammability. Experiments revealed that the amount of raw ingredients utilized had an impact on the paper's quality. Based on the results of the conducted experiment, the researchers found that set B1, which comprises 300 ml of water and 1/2 tablespoon or 7.4 ml of coconut husk, got the best quality of paper among the 3 setups. Thus, set B1 is the best ratio of consideration that will be effective in making alternative paper. Future studies can employ other paper properties such as bursting strength, drape, pore size, stiffness, and tensile strength in the experiment, as well as relevant testing equipment such as the TAPI T403, drape tester, stiffness tester, and ASTM D882. In addition to the existing testing, the researchers suggested straightening the product with a hydraulic press. To acquire the highest possible quality of paper, future researchers should investigate numerous variables, such as lignin concentration, feedstock or scrap ratio, and pulping time, as well as their impact on the final product's qualities. Due to the pandemic at this time of the year, researchers should conduct a lab experiment at home. Researchers also suggest using other means of drying the samples, for instance, air or sun dry, since the water absorption of papers was tested by means of oven drying. The researchers used coconut, Cocos nucifera husk, and banana, Musa acuminata peel to perform the study, but it is highly advised that the future researchers will utilize other kinds of alternative raw materials in order to assess the effective based on the variance of the variables.
Again, I am Ashanti Mayor Noelle B. Medina, together with my co-researchers, Christine May B. Espinosa, Marjie C. Magallon, and Rachelle U. Ortega. This is the end of our research presentation. Thank you and have a great day.